Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Walk the Dog Cinema. Today we are going to do a Disney dive movie called The Sword and the Rose. It's a 1952 Disney live action movie. Another one of his that he did right after basically World War II, where money was held up in England. So he did several of his first live actions were all done over in England, and it's a nice little hidden gem. So me and Roca here are getting a nice walk in, and we're gonna discuss and review the movie Walt Disney's The Sword and the Rose. So Walt Disney's The Sword and the Rose, I was pleasantly surprised. I have never ever heard of this movie until I kind of started doing this doing all the live action Disney movies, Disney Dive. Came across it. It's the third full live action movie that Disney produced and did. Stars Richard Todd, who was also Robin Hood from the previous movie, The Adventures of Robin Hood and His Merry Men. It also has Mary Poppins, Mrs. Banks, Phineas, I just looked up her name too. But I just found out that she had just passed away last year at the age of 100. So I think from Mary Poppins, maybe Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke are kind of the little girl are kind of some of the only ones left from Mary Poppins. But this is Mrs. Banks. She has a starring role. She's not a supporting character as Mary Tudor in this. You got Jane Robertson as King Henry VII, and you got Michael Gould, who was in a lot of the Hammer horror films and Amicus horror films in the late 60s, early 70s, playing a dastardly villain here. Richard Todd is kind of the swashbuckling hero. He's rather charismatic in that sense. I think he does a much better role as Charles Branden in this film than he was as Robin Hood, so to speak. It's kind of like, but it's very broad strokes. It's kind of what I love about 50s Disney. There's a certain quality to it, certain lavishness, the way it's shot. It's a shame that Disney in and of itself as a company buries this movie. There's just nothing about it. You can get a hold of it on Amazon Prime, but only in a streaming fashion for rent or buy. And luckily, it was a nice little sell, so I got a hold of it, and I'm glad I did. And I would love to see them kind of touch it up and do a Blu-ray with extra features, maybe, or something. Even a bare bones, I would love to get a hold of a physical copy of this. But why this isn't on Disney Plus or any of those things kind of be a mystery to me. It's not an action movie or swashbuckling movie or anything like that. It's definitely a romance movie with some great humor in it. It is a little talky, but I think all the actors involved are fantastic. Mary Tudor, the actress, I remember her so much as Mrs. Banks in Mary Poppins, is a fantastic, I wouldn't even say damsel in distress, but a fantastic princess with a mind of her own. Her brothers, King Henry, and these are all actual historical figures. This is very romanticized. It doesn't follow really historical leanings, but then it kind of does. So it's interesting, but obviously the movie never tells you that any of this is based on any true facts, so they just up and make stuff up. But I wouldn't have learned about that without this movie. So it's kind of interesting, the thought process of how much I kind of enjoyed this film and what it made me kind of look down the rabbit hole with. Even like people's reviews of it are kind of interesting. Some people really love it. I'm kind of on that. I'm on that spectrum too. For me, it's a hidden gem. It's kind of one of those that was like, wow. My younger self, I would have loved the Disney style of it. As a young person, kid, and all that, always loved, like how Treasure Island looked. I loved how Robin Hood looked. I love how this looks, but you get into like Swiss Family Robinson and the Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, where we kind of look at it that those are like Disney classics. Old Yeller, they have the rich Technicolor, like there's a certain quality, and yes, there's some broad strokes here that Disney does that he maintained, and even after his passing, that Disney kind of maintained, because even in the 70s, I love a lot of those movies, and though they have a 70s feel, and they still were very Walt Disney, following along in that path, even though now as an older person, I know that's the Ron Miller era, and you can see the Ron Miller era all the way through until he stops with I think Night Crossing being one of the last that he ever produced. So it's an amazing run from 50 to about 83, where Disney really felt like Disney. You can say that they had a formula and they're putting out all, but for me, some of that is comfort. It's like comfort food, and it is good, and it is entertaining, and it isn't always just super high art, though found out Disney did think that this movie was going to win some Academy Awards, so that's why he went off and produced it, and you can see the earnestness of that in this. But like I said, James Robertson as King Henry is bombastic, fun, kind-hearted, though the real King Henry was nothing like this, how the actor portrays him. But it's a fun performance, and like I said, Phyllis does a great job with Mary Tudor. I think she's got her cat claws out at times. There's some biting moments within the script. There is a lot of humor, but then there's a great romance in there between her and Richard Todd. And I would even say she has some chemistry with Michael Gould, who's the villain, as the Duke of Buckingham. And to me, he's kind of an interesting villain, and I think Michael Gould plays it fantastic as a man scorned and in love with Mary Tudor, who uses his love but commits to the friendship that he knows he kind of can't have, and then how that all figures out in the plot with the king betrothing her to King Louis down in France, and the whole shenanigans that all goes with that. And Michael Gould and Richard Todd have a great sword fight at the end of the movie on the beach that is completely fantastic. And yeah, it's kind of a spoiler thing, but in reality, you see it coming 10,000 miles away. This is Walt Disney. The good guys are good guys, the bad guys are bad guys. He doesn't play in a lot of shades of gray. And on one level, when I was reading the reviews, a lot of people don't like that. But at the same time, I always thought, the 50s really didn't do all that much playing in the shades of gray. And by this time, Hollywood was, between the mid, especially because of World War II, between the mid-40s with film noir all the way into the 50s. There was quite a few directors kind of starting to play in those shades, especially with trying to navigate the MPAA code and the Hays Code and all that stuff. But Disney definitely didn't. He was doing very much broad strokes, but maybe that's why I kind of dig it, because of those leanings. You can kind of pick things out really fast. The script really gets going. The movie's an hour and 30 minutes. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Has a great ending. dynamic, lavish. Love the set designs and the costumes, whether they're realistic or not, I don't care. Colors are beautiful. It's got this little dance sequence in the middle that's kind of fun, that is very reminiscent of just kind of a Disney movie. Just kind of all of those elements. And as you can see, I'm kind of gushing about the movie. I've never seen this, and like I said, this is for me kind of those hidden gems, and a true joy to find and watch, and just have a nice night kind of with a smile on your face, and kind of get that old little bit of Disney magic coming back, where something you haven't seen, you're just like, oh my gosh, where's this been? So if you're into a lot of those old Disney movies and you've never heard of this, and I say seek it out, rent it, buy it. Hopefully one day it'll get on Disney Plus. Not that, that matters for me in one sense, but the more people see this, the better off for everything. It's just one of those that sadly I don't know why Disney buries it. So that's my little rant against Disney. Get this puppy out there. I'd like to see a Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. I get it. They don't want to spend money on something that probably won't make a ton of money for them, but as film preservation or whatever, it'd be wonderful to have it done. Open up those vaults, get it done. But seek it out. Let me know what you think of it. If you like this, please subscribe. Keep doing the movie journey, and hope you all are having a good life. So take care, everyone. Bye.